میں ہوں آپ کا ہوسٹ سلیم بن محمد رفیع، اور یہ ہے میری یوٹیوب چینل ضمیر یونیورس۔ آج سے میں یہ بالکل ایک نیا ویلاگ جو شروع کر رہا ہوں، اور یہ کوشش میری یہ ہے کہ دونوں زبانوں یعنی اردو اور انگلش میں کروں۔ فی الحال تو میں یہ آپ کی خدمت میں جو پیش کر رہا ہوں یہ اردو میں ہے، تاکہ ہمارے اس میں جتنے ہمارے مریض ہیں پاکستان میں، ہندوستان میں، جہاں جہاں بھی اردو بولا جاتا ہے، وہ اس کو آسانی سے سمجھ سکیں کہ دنیا کے اندر نئی جو ایجادات ہیں جس سے خاص طور کے اوپر فوری طور پہ لوگوں کو اس کا ریلیف ملتا ہے۔ ایک تو یہ ہے کہ ہڈی جب ٹوٹ جاتی ہے تو وہ پرانے جو اس میں کتنا بڑا آپ لوہے کا ایک سریا، خاص طور پہ جب ٹانگ کی ہڈی ٹوٹتی ہے اور وہ بھی گھٹنے سے اوپر، تو وہاں ایک راڈ دی جاتی ہے، اور پھر اسی طرح لوہے کی پتریاں اور اس کے پیچ لگا کے، جو کہ کافی درد دینے والا پروسیجر ہے، کافی پینفل پروسیجر ہے، اور پھر اس کی ہیلنگ میں اور پھر اس کے کئی جو ہے نا کہ کئی کمپلیکیشنز ہو سکتی ہیں اس میں، یعنی پس پیپ پڑ سکتی ہے، آپ کو بڑی دیر تک وہ جو ہے درد رہتا ہے، پلستر میں آپ کو رہنا پڑتا ہے۔ تو یہ ایک میں چھوٹی چھوٹی چیزیں بتاتا جاؤں گا کہ اس وقت کیا کیا چیزیں جو ہیں، اور ایوری تقریباً دیکھیں تو ہفتے اور ایوری مہینے، یعنی اس قدر یہ جو اب صدی جو گزر رہی ہے، اور خاص طور پہ گزشتہ 30 اور 40 سال کے اندر تو اس قدر نئی نئی چیزیں آ رہی ہیں۔ میں کئی سال پہلے جرمنی میں تھا، تو انہوں نے خون کے اندر سے اسی جو خون کی رطوبت جسے ہم پلازما کہتے ہیں، انہوں نے ایک گوند یعنی گلو نکالی کو، بجائے وہ خاص طور پہ فلوپین ٹیوبز کو سینے کے کسی بھی پتلے سے پتلا سوچر بھی جو ہے 90 یا 10، وہ انسان کے جو سر کے بال ہیں اس سے وہ پتلا نہیں ہوتا، تو وہ بھی اس سے سینا، پھر اس کو آنکھوں سے دیکھنا یا مائکروسکوپ کے اندر دیکھنا، یا اس کو ٹیلیسکوپ کے اندر دیکھنا، یا میگنیفائنگ لینس کے اندر دیکھنے سے وہ کافی مشکل ہوتا ہے کہ وہ اتنی نرم، اور اس کا جو فلوپین ٹیوب کا جو فلیش ہوتا ہے وہ ٹوٹ جاتا ہے، اس میں خون نکلتا ہے، انجر ہو جاتا ہے، زخمی ہو جاتا ہے۔ تو ان کو اگر گلو کے ساتھ جہاں اس کا سوراخ ہو جوڑا جائے، یا جہاں اس کو کاٹ کر آپس کے دو جو حصے کھلے ہوئے ہیں، جو بند حصہ ہے، چاہے کہ وہ کنوریا کی انفیکشن سے ہوا ہے یا کسی اور انفیکشن سے، وہ پیلوک انفیکشن سے ہوا ہے، اور ضروری نہیں ہوتا کہ عورت جو ہے۔
China just created a super glue that can fix broken bones in just 3 minutes. Yes, let's say I trip over the stairs and my wrist snaps. Normally, that means months in a cast, metal plates, and another surgery just to take them out. But now, Chinese researchers are testing a 3-minute fix. It's called Bone 02, a bioadhesive that can glue fractured bones together with just one injection, even when the area is soaked in blood where normal glues fail. So, how did they do it? Through biomimicry, the science of borrowing ideas from nature's own engineering, like how Japan's bullet train was modeled after a bird's beak, or how architects build self-cooling buildings inspired by termite mounds. This time, researchers dove underwater, literally. They studied oysters, which cling stubbornly to rocks despite crashing waves and salt water. They reverse-engineered their natural superglue chemistry to work inside the human body. And guess what? In one trial, a patient's wrist, which would normally need a metal plate and screws, reportedly healed in just 3 minutes with a single Bone 02 injection. If larger trials hold up, this could mean no more permanent implants, fewer surgeries, and faster recovery. Fascinating, right? Share this with someone who's always getting hurt, and follow AVTV for more stories like this.
On the Medical Watch for you this afternoon, a breakthrough in orthopedic research that could revolutionize joint care.
A local lab has developed a treatment to potentially enhance damaged or naturally deteriorating cartilage. WGN's Stina Baer reports.
On the Medical Watch, it's the holy grail in orthopedics, finding a way to enhance damaged or naturally deteriorating cartilage. Now, a local finding in the lab stands to revolutionize joint care, turning back the hands of time. We run them down.
It doesn't regenerate easily at all after you are fully developed.
It's all we get. Once the body is done growing at about age 18, so is our cartilage. And as we age, the thin layer of tissue that covers our joints wears down.
And when it's damaged, then you have not only pain, but difficulty walking, moving around.
That's why the quest to regenerate cartilage is a robust science. From surgery to stem cells, doctors are always searching for methods to mend the wear and tear we place on our joints.
Cells by themselves is not a good strategy. I mean, you need a matrix, so to speak. So our material is a matrix.
It took decades of work to fill these tiny vials.
Our intent is to be able to use this material to regenerate defects in cartilage or damaged cartilage.
What looks like a gel is actually a highly bioactive substance made up of peptides, proteins, and polysaccharides. The goo doesn't just fill a gap.
In our case, our materials have signals in their structure to communicate with cells and get the cells to regenerate a specific tissue, in this case, cartilage.
Dr. Stoop and his team tested their substance in sheep.
Sheep, of course, are almost as large as we are and as heavy, and therefore is a very good preclinical model to predict what might happen in humans.
What happened? The sheep grew cartilage.
We removed healthy cartilage, then filled the defect with our material, and then 6 months later, and we see that authentic cartilage has been regenerated in the place where there was a defect. But it is clear that moving forward, there will be great interest in regenerative medicine.
The next step is to test the substance in small defects like those suffered in sports injuries or trauma, with the ultimate goal of helping patients avoid a total joint replacement. Back to you.
When a wound gets sealed with surgical glue, a doctor brings the edges of the skin together to make sure they line up properly. Then they apply a special medical adhesive over the surface of the wound. Unlike stitches or staples, this method doesn't require any puncturing of the skin and is completely needle-free. The glue quickly hardens, holding the wound closed while the body begins to heal underneath. After about a week or so, the glue naturally...
Does God exist? Science can't prove it, but it also can't explain why the universe looks designed for life. Think about it. If the force of gravity was even a tiny fraction stronger or weaker, stars would never form. If Earth was just a little closer to the sun, we'd burn. A little farther, we'd freeze. Physics calls this the fine-tuning problem. The odds of everything lining up perfectly for life? Almost zero. Yet, here we are. Some argue this points to a creator. Others say it's chance, or that infinite universes exist and we just happen to live in the one that works. Philosophers remind us, absence of proof is not proof of absence. And still, across cultures, across time, billions of people report the same pull: faith, intuition, a sense that something greater is out there. Is it biology? Is it culture? Or is it contact with the divine? We may never know the final answer. But here's the viral truth. The question itself has shaped civilizations, inspired wars and peace, driven science and art. Whether God exists or not, the search for him has changed the world more than any discovery in history.
What if I told you that every time you pray with faith, you're not just whispering into silence? You're interacting with the same quantum principles that govern reality itself. Quantum mechanics teaches us that the world doesn't sit in fixed certainty until it's observed. Instead, everything exists as a wave of possibilities, what physicists call a superposition.
The act of observation forces that wave to collapse into one concrete outcome. In the 1930s, John von Neumann argued that this collapse isn't just a mechanical process, but something linked to consciousness itself. Later, Eugene Wigner went even further, suggesting that consciousness might play a direct role in shaping physical reality.
And in experiments at the Institute of Noetic Sciences, Dean Radin found evidence that focused intention, like prayer, produced measurable effects on the experiment. Light itself behaved differently depending on observation.
So what does this mean? It means that prayers are more than words. When you pray with faith and conviction, you're aligning your consciousness with the possibilities in the quantum field and pressing them into form.
Half-hearted words barely nudge probability, but a mind that's steady, coherent, filled with certainty, acts like a sharp measurement device. It chooses, it collapses, it manifests. Prayer, in this sense, isn't begging. It's participating in the mechanics of reality itself.
These principles aren't abstract. They connect perfectly. When you pray with conviction, your brain enters coherence, strengthening the signal of your intention. That intention then interacts with the quantum field, the vast soup of probabilities, just as Radin's experiments demonstrated.
Collapse follows. One reality rises from the many. In that sense, faith isn't blind. It's the energy that locks the wave into a definite form.
So next time you pray to God, remember, you're not just speaking into air. You're aligning yourself with the very code that writes reality. And faith is the hand that presses enter on the quantum keyboard of existence.
Your testicles hang unevenly for a reason, and it's not random. It's a desperate attempt to prevent a high-speed collision inside your pants. Your testicles are biological radiators. They need maximum surface area to dump heat into the air. That's why the skin around them is thin, flexible, and full of tiny muscles constantly adjusting position. If they hung at the exact same level, they would constantly be crashing into each other when you walked or ran. That collision would create friction. Friction would create heat, and heat would destroy the very thing they're trying to protect. This would be painful, inefficient, and raise the temperature, cooking the sperm alive. Imagine your own body accidentally sabotaging reproduction just by moving. To prevent this catastrophe, evolution engineered a deliberate asymmetry. It forces one, usually the left, to hang lower than the other. It's a biological traffic management system designed to maximize cooling and minimize impact. It's not a mistake. It's a frantic, involuntary adaptation just to keep the fragile machinery of reproduction from smashing itself to pieces.
What if the fear you feel was never yours to begin with? You see, science shows trauma can echo through generations. When something happens to you, your body doesn't just react in the moment. The experience leaves chemical marks on your DNA, switches that tell genes how to respond. And those marks don't end with you. They can be passed down. In one experiment, mice were shocked whenever they smelled cherry blossoms. Their pups, never shocked once, still panicked at the same smell. You see, they inherited the memory of fear. Humans carry the same shadows. Descendants of famine survivors face higher risks of anxiety, depression, even illness. The body remembers what the mind never lived. So maybe the feelings you can't explain, the panic, the heaviness, the grief, aren't as random as you once believed. They may be echoes of survival passed forward from generation to generation.
What if I told you that every time you pray with faith, you're not just whispering into silence, you're interact conviction. Your brain enters coherence, which strengthens the signal of your intention. That intention interacts with the quantum field, the vast soup of probabilities, just as Radin's experiments demonstrated. Collapse then occurs, bringing one reality forward from the many. In this sense, faith isn't blind. It is the energy that locks the wave into a definite form. So the next time you pray to God, remember, you're not just speaking into air. You're aligning yourself with the very code that writes reality. And faith is the hand that presses enter on the quantum keyboard of existence.
Energy flows where your attention goes. Whatever you focus on expands, fear or faith, lack or abundance. You are the gardener of your vibration. Feed what you want to grow. Starve what keeps you small. Attention is creation. Use it with intention.
What if I told you you've never seen reality? Your brain is not a camera. It doesn't record the world. It hallucinates it. Every second, your senses feed tiny scraps of data, light, sound, touch, but it's incomplete, too slow to survive on. So, your brain makes predictions. It guesses what should be there, and that's what you experience. That's why optical illusions work. Why déjà vu feels real. Why phantom sounds haunt you in silence. Most of the time, your brain's hallucination matches the world. But sometimes, it doesn't. And here's the unsettling part. You have never actually experienced the world as it is, only the world as your brain believes it should be. Reality is not outside of you.
Energy flows where your attention goes. Whatever you focus on expands, fear or faith, lack or abundance. You are the gardener of your vibration. Feed what you want to grow. Starve what keeps you small. Attention is creation. Use it with intention.
Most people live and die without ever asking the most dangerous question of all. Why are we here? Again. You've been told life is linear. Birth, struggle, death, silence. But there's an older idea, one that has been buried, mocked, and quietly feared by those in power. Reincarnation. Not a fantasy, not a fairy tale, but a system. And not a gift either. A cage. The doctrine says that when you die, you return. Over and over. A new name, a new identity. The same game. You call it destiny. They call it design. You think you're evolving, but if you were meant to grow, why are you forced to forget everything you learned? What kind of teacher erases the lesson before the test? You were never meant to remember, because if you did, if you recalled the thousands of lives you've lived, the lies you've believed, the pain you've repeated, you'd stop playing. You'd rebel. And that they cannot allow. So they offer you peace at the moment of death, a light, a warm presence. They disguise the trap as home. And just when your soul begins to awaken, they guilt you, coax you, and send you back. Not as punishment, as strategy. Because a prisoner who volunteers to return is far easier to control. Reincarnation is not transcendence. It is repetition. And only those who see the system can escape it. Follow @Conscious Galore and begin the only journey that matters. Out.
Falls off on its own.
यूनिवर्सल टेलीविजन को सब्सक्राइब करना ना भूलें। उसके बाद बेल बटन पे क्लिक करें और अपने कमेंट्स के सेक्शन में अपने कीमती जो ख्यालात का इजहार जरूर